Hello, hello, hello. This is iGaming Accent brought to you by SBC Eurasia. And today I'm your host, Waho, one more time. Not one more time, it's already a season 2, episode 3. But today I have a neighboring, let's say, person as a guest, Tereza Tokmajyan. I'm most probably pronouncing her surname wrong.
Perfectly.
Oh, perfectly.
Yes, amazing.
That's really nice. Tereza, how are you? How are you feeling? Tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
I'm good. Trying to catch up with all the buzz going around in Q2. Feeling good, always motivated. And yeah, what can I tell about myself? I'm CMO at Toto Gaming, working in the industry for almost 7 years and being as a CMO for the 5th year. And I started my career in iGaming in Toto Gaming and started my journey as a digital marketing specialist, being the head of the department in here. But at that time, Toto Gaming was operating only in the Armenian market. So as many people know, Toto Gaming has an experience of 21-year operations in the industry, which is a huge knowledge base stored within the company itself for the development, for the product development, and in iGaming in general. Recently, 2 years ago, we have launched the operations in Romania, and Toto Gaming has plans of evolving even further to different markets with different projects as well. So now I'm dealing with 2 markets instead of 2, and not as a digital marketing, but as a CMO.
Oh, that's nice. Like international growth for marketers, I think is one of the best and worst challenges to have. And we'll really need to learn the differences in culture and everything. And we will have such a good discussion around that. So how is they are different and so on. But let's first start with a fun fact. We were competitors at one time because the company that I was working with.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we were competitors on Armenian market. I was working for Acharabet, and for some years we've been competing on like from the backsides, let's say. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that, so that's good to hear. And like I think that first, a thing that I would really want to ask you is because I had experiencing that shift from my point of view when I first became the head of product marketing, for example. You are coming from the digital, right? So from the digital stepping into the CMO role, that is like totally, let's say, mindset changing. How did you adapt to it, and what was the biggest change that you made during that transition? And was it hard or not as well, and how long did it take? Too many questions on the first part, Tereza. We are entering
But
the
it's all
serious part.
connected, all good.
Okay.
Yeah, the journey was quite intensive, I may say, but it was not difficult. Let me tell you why. Because we are working in the digital entertainment industry, basically. Yes, Toto Gaming was also presented in Armenia on the land base, but the traffic, the business development was coming from digital, right? As the head of the digital, I was mostly dealing with the campaigns, the launches, the digital strategies, the acquisition, to connect the dots of the numbers of the traffic coming and then retaining it and then what was happening in it. And when stepping to the general marketing role, well, people may think that the C-level position doesn't include this micromanaging or managing the campaigns, giving the ideas, following the development path of the marketing campaigns. I will not believe if there is any CMO who doesn't drive in that processes, because that's the most interesting part, right? Though more strategic and brand positioning parts has been added to, let's say, the framework of where I work as a CMO. And my main goal in here is to make sure that we have a long-term business sustainability marketing wise, because wherever I look, however I look, it is all connected to marketing. I'm sorry to every other specialist working in the iGaming industry, but all the roads bring to marketing, and marketing brings all the customers through its roads and the customer journeys, So it may sound a bit with high notes, but that's the truth. honestly. And it is very important to keep the creativity, but do not forget to have the analytical thinking in it. So I'm basically the person in the middle who connects the numbers, translates it to the creative ones, and brings everybody together to come up with the ideas and with the development of the ideas and the launches of that. And operational leadership is there.
Yeah, and from the voice that you make right now, I understand all the frustration coming together from the business side and
Yes, man, because
marketing.
that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's written on the paper, but that doesn't work because our industry is very fast growing. Like the pace is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the business takes a lot of pressure on this pace, keeping this pace. And that's normal and that's acceptable. But when, for example, having a new product, the business wants it live now, today, with all the marketing
Yesterday.
campaign in it, yesterday. But I mean, you are looking to the right, you're looking to the left and say, okay, this was left and to the right is here. And you're saying, okay, but we need the product marketing. We need the creative marketing. We need the brand to step in. We need the art department to make sure that the brand conceptuality is there and the positioning is there. And oh my God. And yeah, that's devastating. It's also because the perception of marketing has been changed. It's not that iGaming industry is changing and the face is very high. Marketing is also changing. If you ask some oldies what is marketing, they will tell you it's advertisement, right?
Yes.
And
Most of
it
the
is not.
time.
It is not. It has changed. Now you have product marketing, which deals with the products, with the go-to-market strategy, with the product passport development, with the presentations, the unique selling propositions, whatever is there else. There is then the creative who frames all of these, the concepts, development of the advertisement, etc. Then you have the art department with the graphics, with the motion, with everything. So they need also to keep an eye on the ongoing trends, but not forget that there is the brand
Brand.
logic.
Yeah.
Yes. Like to not run away from it. And if I may say, in this time of 2026 year that we're living, there are so many operators, so many B2C iGaming brands. You need to find the way to differentiate yours out
And
of
stand
all
out.
of
Yeah.
that. Yes, and doesn't matter. You work in one market, in two markets, you are represented worldwide in, I don't know, 27 countries. You still want your brand to be differentiated.
Yeah. And I think that's the important part of the different departments, even within the marketing and outside of the marketing in the business to work together, because business should understand
Yes.
that marketing does not happen in one day and one go. And also marketing should understand that what business wants as well. And I think that I'm coming from the product marketing. So you're coming from the digital, I'm coming from the product marketing. And in product marketing, like we had like internal, let's say fun or a joke that product marketing was like a bridge, like let's say translating everything that business wanted into the marketing and everything that marketing wanted into the business, let's say language. And we were the ones that were like sharing ideas and like keeping everything in line, brand with positioning, and you come up with something unique that really gives you the standout and gives you the way to move forward. So that is the part that I'm still missing sometimes.
Yeah, I
But
can
yeah,
see that from your eyes.
yeah. Okay. So how, what I would ask is also, as far as there are different, let's say, directions within the marketing, how big is the marketing team for Toto Gaming? Like, how many departments are there, let's say, that are managing it? Too many, most
Very
probably.
big.
Very big.
Yes, very. I can say, like, we're joking within the team, like we're a full developed marketing agency
Agency.
inside of the company. Well, I can tell you what that we have product marketing, we have brand slash creative marketing, we have financial reporting, media buying and planning department. We have PR and communications, marketing strategy. We have our department, which is almost the half of the team itself.
Yeah. All the
Because
design
at
and
some
all the,
point we decided that it is best to invest in the in-house,
yeah, totally.
and our art department has graphic design, divided into product graphic design and brand graphic design. And we have motion graphic designers, 3D artists, 3D generalists, a lot of them. And in creative, of course, we have the copywriters, content creators. We have the digital marketing direction. And I hope I haven't forgot any other direction in the marketing, or the guys looking will say, you forgot again. I was like, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
So
Basically, I think that one of the ways, like what you were describing, is really important is when the operation grows and the speed is important and also the quality is important. It's the important question is to do everything internally and have the agency, as you described, because that really is the agency. Like if you worked for any X brand, you could with all the talents that you have on board. So it's really important for the business to decide, do we want the speed and quality, but the price on the short term might be bigger, but in the long run, the return on investment, like 99% will be there, or we should be much slower, going with a third party agency and working with outside. The outside part brings too much, let's say from my experience as well, too much headache. If you don't have all the, let's say, talents inside that can manage this agency, there's too much of a headache. Thanks for sharing that.
I would agree, if I may step in,
Yeah.
agree and disagree with you in this, because yes, you are right. When the operations is growing, business need to understand whether to invest in-house or outsource and consider this time bounded management, if it fits or not to the company. But what I can tell you 100%, it depends what you are outsourcing. I know that 100% that it depends, because when we started operations in Romania, we started building again in-house team with almost the same model of corporate structure, but still outsourcing media plannings, media buyings, etc. And maybe it wouldn't be the best case scenario for Armenia, because we passed that phase. We were outsourcing, and then the business decided to invest in the in-house. But now it's a best case scenario in Romania to outsource some specific things.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe the ones working in-house knows the brand better, knows the processes better, knows, like, they catch and understand the product faster than the outsource will do. But I'm not talking about the creative outsourcing. No, I do believe that the creative should be in-house 100%. But I do believe that the digital, the media buyings, the advertisement, communication part can be easily outsourced, easily.
So, like, it can be like a hybrid version, like a cool team
Yes,
and strong team inside, and also some parts that can be easily achievable or fast, let's say, quickly got the results to
exactly.
be outsourced. And from that, I think that I have my next question is that you mentioned Romania and you were comparing like Armenia's, let's say, situation of the team to Romania's situation and the team. But I really want to also know about the differences in the markets. I know that Romania is super competitive. And I had an opportunity to look into few numbers. I won't say my sources, but a few numbers. And I have seen that you made quite a, let's say, impact there already. So please tell me a little bit about when you started, how you approached it, what was the idea, why Romania, and what was the differences that you found there from the CMO perspective, let's say.
We started very chaotically.
Okay.
Like, we were planning the launch for a year, for 2 years, maybe longer. And then at one day they said, okay, we're launching in a month. And I was like, wait, how? There is the media buying, there is the launch campaign, there is the pre-launch campaign. It was a disaster, honestly. But what I liked about, not only about the marketing, but about all our company, we were united and we had one goal, to launch in Romania, and how people were working day and night to fulfill this goal. Doesn't matter. It was good. It was bad. We had bugs. We didn't have bugs on the launch time. Everything happens, you know? But the unity that we had was the best motivator. And I don't know, I was looking over and saying, okay, with this team, we can do everything. Give us the industry. we will go there. Doesn't matter what product, doesn't matter what brand or whatever it is, we will manage it, we will do it. But yes, as you said, Romania is very big market compared to Armenia. Armenia is small, but we have a very strong local brand loyalty here, 21 years, and players know us. And even after the banning of the advertisement 3 years ago, like the total ban in Armenia for advertisement, still we had some technologies, methodologies, let's say, of retaining our users. Not the acquisition part was the hardest, but still we had to use some tactics, especially in the product marketing with offers, with the campaigns inside of the website to keep growing. And currently, we're very happy with where we are with Toto Gaming in Armenia. And that experience brought us to Romania, actually. The institutional knowledge that we have was the ground base, making sure that we will succeed also in Romania. And it's very competitive market, like 50 plus operators. That's
Yeah,
not a
with the
joke,
license.
with
With
the
the license.
license, yes, 50
That's
plus operators with the license. The market shares are crazy considering the top operators, the leaders in the market, like Superbet almost has the half of the market share in the
if more than
industry,
around 50%, right? And the
around
second one is like
30%.
40% or
Yes,
something.
yes. Yes, then we have like Betano's the leader in the market again, and we have our goals. We have our bold goals. We want
No,
to
it's nice.
be in the top 10, top 5 operators, and we are like stepping into it. We're going there, and I'm sure we will achieve it. The difference is, besides the huge competition, is the perception of the players. Like it's totally different. Like the players, what they want to see, what they like to play, how they do that. I may tell you that Romania is the most mobile centric, let's say, mobile app centric industry as of my researches, as of my feelings. Yes, the world is going mobile first and the application first. That's not a news to anyone. But the players in Romania likes to play and enjoy with the applications. And there is, for example, if in Armenia you need to do extra campaigns to make people to download the application, you don't need to do that. It's a must to have that application, because if you don't have,
It's the
you're
starting
losing.
point, yeah.
Yes, it's the starting point. One of the most important lessons that I have learned scaling across the market is that local understanding of the market is a strategic asset. And especially if you are the foreigner, it's not only that you are going to have external challenges of positioning your brand, but you also have internal challenges, because when you are coming from other country with your knowledge base of the operation, you need to prove even to your employees and to your
This will
team.
work.
Trust me, doesn't matter that we work like in Armenian market. Do you want us to work on the Greek market, Bulgarian market? We will learn it and we'll do. So the methodology and the iGaming and the B2C operation is the same. The most important part is how you localize it, how you adapt the product. No, it said there is no bad or good idea. It's how you localize it. It's how you target it. It's how you present it to the audience. And not just to the audience, but to the targeted audience. So this local understanding is a strategic asset, and proving your local understanding is tremendously important.
One question around there. Localization has been on a radar for marketers for quite a while, right? Teresa, is there something that you particularly used or methodology that you used to quickly gain that knowledge of how to localize and how to adapt everything for specific markets? For example, have you hired somebody there that is acting as a translator or representative, or have you had outside consultancy? Have you researched like a market before going in? Can you little bit tell me about your approach to how to localize smartly and not just localize that is like for most of the time how it's done, like translate everything and it will work for sure, like, and it never
Yes.
does. But yeah.
Yes. So we have the R&D
Mhm.
department in Toto Gaming. whose goal is to research the market, to get all the insights, number wise, player wise, like what they like, what the products are important, what they are doing, what they are breathing. Marketing's goals was to also understand the cultural side of it. Because in marketing, the culture of the country is very important for brand positioning and adaptations and this localization and translation of the brand itself, right? So besides the R&D and working inside of the R&D, because we had from each department, we have different people joining the R&D to deep more dive and then to deliver it to our teams to share this knowledge, what we learned and so on. But then of course we had to hire local experts to help us on the way of entering the market, sharing some information, what are the best practices, what are not. The important part for me as a CMO was to choose at first the agency, a marketing agency that will guide us and support us to understand the market insights and market overview, digital wise, media buying wise, media planning wise, who is who, what we should do, where we should do, and how we should adapt to it. So that was the best choice of ours. And I'm very, very happy with the marketing agency that we're working because since day one, even before the launching, for 1 year, they were with us. They were helping in every step. And until now, they were the best partners in my experience for Toto Gaming. One of the best. Not to tell any. Not to be rude.
Not to be rude.
You know? So yes, if you want me to be short, you need to have local people. You need to have local experts with you. You need to build the team before launching. So that's what we did in a marketing. We choose the key positions that we need for the operations, like the product marketing, of course, copywriting, content creation, like it's essential in the new market. Digital marketing, like social media marketing managers, the performance marketing manager. These are the key roles for the start. These are the key roles to build the strategies, the logics around the marketing. And we have teammates that are in our team in Romania that joined us before the launch and they still are working with us. So they were the first employees joining the team and they still work with us. And I'm very, very proud of their success, like what they are having, how they are even going through the ladder of development.
Yeah. One quick question. How many times have you visited Romania before the launch? How many flights was it?
Not much. I remember, I can tell you the funniest one. When our CEO invited us to the meeting to announce that, guys, we're launching in Romania. This is our plan. This is our goal. We need to do everything. And after several months, they said, okay, dear marketing, you need to have a country visit, like go see, like breathe the air, go to the bars, talk to the people, understand what's happening. And we were like, okay, let's do that. So it was me, our creative director, and the head of digital at that time. We're like, okay, guys, let's go. We need to understand the culture. That was the best business trip I had in my life because we were literally going from the bar to bar, talking to people to understand how they are with the iGaming, like how they consider the sports betting, the casinos, the live casinos, what are their pain points? Do they use the platforms as entertainment or what's going on? So that was my best business trip ever. And after that, until now, I don't know. I think when I'm now going to the business trips to Romania, I just do races from the hotel to the office and from office to the hotel because I know the city already.
I think that's one of the misconceptions about like even our industry, not just as CMOs in our industry, but as a industry is that, hey, like outside of the work, let's say workspace is that, hey, you travel a lot, you visit so many countries.
I hate it.
And like, I always tell that I hate it. Like, guys,
Yes, me
my
too.
back cannot handle it. Like, I'm missing different events right now and I'm choosing like one or two to attend just because my back cannot handle it. And whenever I'm in a new country, I don't see anything. I don't know
want to see anything.
I don't want, yeah, me too. Like, straight to hotel or straight to Airbnb and
Exactly.
straight back to the event and back to home. Like that is always the part. But that is, I
You know what? It's for the second year I'm not attending the ICE in Barcelona. And everybody is asking like, how you're the CMO of Toto Gaming, how you can miss the interest is biggest. And I'm like, yes, I know, I'm very sad about it, but what to do? Like, here is starting a lot of work. You know what I'm doing? I'm the most productive and my team is the most productive when all the
exactly,
industry is at ICE. You know how
exactly.
many projects I closed during that 1 week? Like 3 or 4. You know how many projects we're closing? Like 3 to 4 projects closing in a month, in a 2 or whatever. So it's the happiest time of my life when all industry is at ICE and I'm in the office, sitting here, working on a computer quietly. Amazing.
Yeah. Totally agree and totally on that part. So one more, let's say, deep dive is that you've been in the industry for a lot of time. So you've been in the industry, you've been on the different shoes, like started from the digital, now the CMO and two markets. So I would ask, let's say, high level question. I don't really love these high level questions, but this is well, like important. How has the industry itself evolved when you first started till now, and also how the marketing and marketing approach is involved. Because my next question will be, where are we going? So what will be in 5 years, 10 years? So let's frame it like that. So how the industry evolved, how marketing evolved, and where are we going in future?
I will touch different aspects, not only the
Yeah,
marketing. You know that the industry is stably growing. If we look to the numbers of the industry, it's around 12% growth money wise annually. And market value is projected to be $153 billion
oh,
by 2013, and it is almost 75% higher compared to 2025.
so
12% annual growth. So if the market is growing, all the direction has to grow. Technology is growing, you need to adapt. Marketing is changing. We already talked about that. The perception and understanding of marketing is being divided. You can't say already, go and ask marketing team what to do. No, you need to be specific. Go to
go through
product
this.
marketing, go to the brand one. So it is very important to be on time, to understand what to do and to adapt very fast. Fast adaptation to any change is the most important thing because we are having a new challenges in the market, in the iGaming industry itself. We still have this stigma of gambling remaining everywhere, everywhere. The compliance complexity is rising. Competition is being insane. I told you already, in Romania, 50 plus competitors. But what is mostly important, the consumer expectations are also growing.
Yeah,
If
and increasing.
previously consumers in the industry were waiting for the company to come with the offers, with functionalities, with some new features or whatever, now they're demanding the
Yeah.
operators to give them something new, to give them something personalized. So you need to adapt to that. If you don't want just to sell some product, which is like, I don't know, slot games, sport betting, or whatever, and I may proudly say that Toto Gaming doesn't want to do that because we want to be responsible as much as possible towards our consumers, towards our players. You need to fit in this complex environment. You need to recommend personalized offers. You need to give it away. You need to take care a lot with the customer care that you are giving. And I
Mhm.
may proudly say that we earned the prize from Casino Inside in Romania in 2025 for the best customers care. And
Mhm.
we're very proud of it. And I can go into numbers if needed, like how
Yeah.
good we are there.
But I think that let's go in numbers. We never do that, but let's go in numbers as well. So
You need to give me a moment.
I will give you a moment, and at the same time, I will ask you a few questions. So, how company becomes the best customer care company as well? I think that
It's the values. It's the values of the company. It's the values that you adopt. Like it sounds very unholy, like very holistic to say that the gambling company that has values. But the fact is, when we're talking about the industry changes, we are talking also about the perception of the industry change, because now it's not just betting, online casino, the functionalities, the gamification, this personalization, this everything brought us to the point that this is digital entertainment. Like, seriously, you come, you entertain yourself, and it's not only just playing or
On
betting.
spin or
You have
betting.
places to communicate with your users, like the chats, in-game chats, I don't know, like community pages or whatever is there. And a lot of industry players are going towards that way. And that's how we shape the industry and how we change it.
So it becomes part of the core, and it becomes part of the DNA of the company to be that good in the customer care. So it starts with the strategy itself, but at the same time, I think that on every level, people working within the company should understand that number one priority is making customers happy. I think that's one of the, I don't
Of
know how
course
to
it
say.
is. It's the top
Yeah,
priority.
yeah,
It's top priority. Your customers need to be happy with your services. We're providing services. They need to be taken care good. You need to answer to all of their questions. You need to hear them out to their suggestions or concerns or whatever is there. And you need to be trustworthy. That's the most important value.
yeah.
That's the value that Toto Gaming buried with its development from 21 years ago until now.
Exactly. Yeah. Coming back to the numbers. So
It's loading.
it's loading. Before that,
Yeah.
let's also well, I will use this moment. I think that Women's Day is upcoming, so I have to like say and congratulate and like be present about that. And I'm really happy that like industry is shifting that way. So like from my personal perspective, it was never about it. So I think that most of the companies are accumulating too many effort into it. But from my point of view and my upbringing, most probably, and from my culture, like it's really important. And I'm really happy that like more and more CMOs are coming out, more and more C-level people are coming out and being there. So congratulations on Women's Day, upcoming Women's Day. That is first
Thank
part.
you. Thank you very much. And don't forget, power has no gender
Yeah,
because
of course. Like sometimes sometimes I argue that it should not be even topic for discussion because, like, from my personal upbringing, there is no difference between gender. Like, there should not be, and there should not be. But I know there are stigmas. There were some really bad experiences in our industry, but I also see that, let's say, industry is moving towards a much better future, and I'm totally up for it.
yes, thank you very much. I'm also very happy how women are presenting themselves within the iGaming industry, as well as how men are presenting themselves in the industry. I don't know, we have a lot of good people and good professionals. And I think this growth also is connected to the professionals. So we are shaping it, right? No?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And about the numbers. So why I was saying that when I was saying that the satisfaction of the clients are very important and you need to put the customer care and customer support in front of everything, I will share with you the data that we have from Toto Gaming Romania about Toto Gaming Romania's customer care team. Response time during 2025 was 16 seconds at Toto Gaming, while industry average is 20, and the chat satisfaction at Toto Gaming is 81%, and the industry average is 75%. This is not data out of my head, but this was provided by the live chat and it's available for everyone who is using the platform. So we're very proud, and that's why I am sure that is the reason also we have received the Casino Insights prize of the best customer support in Romania. And cheers to our team in
Yeah,
there who are working day and night and keeping,
cheers to them.
yes, bravo.
Yeah, and keeping customers happy.
Yes.
We also mentioned few things here before going into, let's say, upcoming plans from Toto Gaming, and as far as we have a big year this year, and we will touch upon that. But before going there, what I also want to discuss is that you mentioned like few outstanding points regarding how to make brand outstand from the competition. So one of them was personalization, one of them was gamification, and providing, let's say, personalized offers and stuff like that. Can you a little bit, let's say, iterate on that and explain how Toto Gaming approaches that part, and what part is taken by the CRM team, what part is taken by marketing team, and also, let's say, how big of the role is gamification within the Toto Gaming?
Well, it's not about the personalization, gamification, the CRM, the marketing, or all in general. It's about also AI. How the AI is entering our industry and how it pushes a lot of processes, makes it a lot more faster. Modern platforms in iGaming and not only generate enormous amount of behavioral data, and AI is there to help you operate and analyze this data in the ways that previously we were not possible to do. It would have taken a lot of more time to analyze the data, to make some personalized offers, to connect with it, and then to provide with it to the customers. So a lot of teams, a lot of people were involved to make these processes faster. So the human resource was involved. And now the AI processes and automations in general are making it a lot faster. So in marketing, we are using AI. At some parts and some processes, we are AI driven, but we're not yet AI native, which I think should be the goal of every company in
Right
the
now, yeah.
industry. Yes. And there are a lot of operators already, not only B2B platforms as well, service providers as well, that are integrating AI native solutions already within their platforms and have very good results. But in marketing, we're using mostly these AI driven technologies in the creative side of the things. Concept creations, concept developments, creative frameworks, the development of the graphic concepts, the AI motion designing, where the guys are like working on it and then reframing it for the concept. So there are a lot of ways to work on it and a lot of ways to utilize it. We even have a monitoring tool that is monitoring the industry, like advertisements and mentions and everything, like the PR monitoring tool, where it has also the integrated AI solution, which gives the full, let's say, summary of what happened during today. So previously, what we were doing, we were reading all that lines of the reports, going deep, spending time. Now I just press a button and see what happened during the day. It makes my job easier. It makes me find. It helps our PR to find articles where we get mentioned fast and easy, So AI is here to help us, not to replace us. That's 100%. And the ones who will use these automations will integrate it into them to drive the more personalized content out of it, gotta be the winners. Gamification though still is going to be important, I think, and it has no connection to, in my world, let's say, it has no connection with the AI development, because still for the gamification you need to know the needs of the customers, you need to know the trends that are coming and going, and you still need to have this creativity to take it out from, let's say, other industries and bring it and do the inputs within the platform and present it to your users, right? So
I think that's outside of, let's say, outside of this podcast, because we are approaching the time when we need to wrap up, but I will add one thing. So even with
I have an exclusive information for you. Don't forget that.
I almost forget because I have. Okay, so bringing back, what I wanted to add is that within even the gamification, there are some areas that we can discuss later. that can really be like AI can be a real driver because it can decide what to give, when to give, how much to give, and when to show and where to show as well in the ways that it will feel natural and it will feel interactive. But that is for later. But give me the exclusive now.
For that. But I want to continue about this development of the companies and the brands and the marketing and the CRM, and then I will connect it. Okay. So it's also important to maintain the brand communications. We spoke in the beginning about the brand, the positioning, the importance of the differentiation, but now like every brand in the industry is talking and using the same two lines of the themes, which are the win and the fun. But there is the third theme that is coming up about like mastery, the wisdom, the knowledge, the professionalism, understanding of the game. I would not mention the team itself, but a lot of already operators and the brands are going towards this direction. So it is also very important in this development phases, not only to concentrate on the product side and the platform side development, integration of new technologies, but it is essential to maintain the relevance and momentum of the brand development within the industry, which is why I would like to share an exclusive insight that Toto Gaming is also evolving into a broader ecosystem and undergoing an organic brand transformation. So
It will be just Toto.
I'm not gonna tell you the details, but I want to tell you that this is a very huge transformation that we're having, and it's gonna be this year, and you're gonna hear about us in the industry and the results of what I talked today.
Will be there.
You will see it on the ground.
So let's agree right now about that. When you do that, when the transformation will be after 3 months of the transformation, or maybe after 6 months of the transformation, we will have one more, let's say, podcast and just talk about that. How
you have a deal.
Yeah, let's shake on it. So great. Okay. So as far as we are approaching the final, let's say, deep side of our podcast, and it is really important. As we mentioned, that 2026 is really important year for iGaming because the World Cup is happening. Like always, it was a headache, to be honest. Like from 2016, I hate everything connected with the big events. I'll be honest about it. I hate every New Year. I hate every Black Friday. I hate every European Championship, World Cup Championship, every NBA. I hate everything. I don't love sports anymore, to be honest, just because when I was working in, let's say, on market.
I share your pain.
Yeah. So tell me how you are preparing for World Cup and what are the, let's say, plans and challenges that you have right now? And have you started already working on it, or are you already in the final stages, or where are you within that? It's in 2 months or 3 months already, and it's
We're
on our door.
preparing for it. It's not easy preparations, I may reveal, but especially for Romania, it is very important. For Toto Gaming Romania, it is very important to be prepared for the World Cup, for the Euro, for the New Year, and for everything. And I totally agree with you. This occasion-wise, like iGaming calendar is very, very frustrating. And I never had a summer vacation and a New Year or Christmas vacation in my life since I am in iGaming. But that's fine. It also has its perks because all the teams again are getting like united towards one goal. They are trying to, like, I don't know, we have the TVs in the rooms, so they are watching all together the games, which will be very hard to do this year because the hours are crazy. And let me tell you, this is very important bottleneck for the marketing because the games are at the late hour. You never know if somebody is going to watch it or no. So how to do the communications, like do the BTL activities, not to do it. Like this year's World Cup has its challenges just because of the timings. So that's why I'm saying, yes, we have started, we are preparing, and we're going to have some good surprises for our customers in Romania. We're going to use some old and good tactics as well, because no old thing and no old tactic is better than anything new. You know that it 100% works. So yeah, it's an event that you can't escape. Like, it's an event in the industry that everybody is watching it. Like, doesn't matter you are interested with sports betting or not, you are in
Everybody's
there.
watching. Yeah.
Yes.
It becomes like a national holidays as well in most of the
Oh my
countries,
God,
like,
yes.
because everybody's talking about it, everybody's playing. Like, I know people that are planning around the traffic and are planning around their day just in order to not to miss the matches, not to miss the big moments, and they take like day offs, they take like some like excuses just to watch in the midnight.
That's
They are already
crazy.
preparing for that. Yeah, and just on that note, we have a tradition on our
Oh my God,
podcast.
tell me.
So the tradition is that we have a blind question, and blind questions are the tradition that has been on our air for almost 1 year. Guests leave the blind question for the next one. So our
What
previous
was
guest,
my blind question?
I will tell you your blind question right now.
Okay.
It was left to you by George Nadaraya, that is a CMO of BetLive. And the question
I
was around World Cup. So the question is, who do you think will become the World Cup winner?
God damn it. I don't know. Romania. I mean, they
Okay.
even didn't pass yet. They have the game with the Turkey upcoming. I really don't know. I can't bet on any country. And I will be honest, because I haven't watched any qualification games, so I don't know what's going on. But I promise, after this interview will be live, I will write in the comments what was my decision. Okay.
Okay, agree on
But we
that.
are supporting Romania. That's it.
But yeah, you have your, let's say, favorite team already. Like, if Romania
Yes.
passes and if Romania qualifies for it, that will be awesome. And that will be much more headache for you, to be honest. But yeah, let's see.
But that would be the best headache in my life.
Yes, yes, at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, Teresa, right now you need to leave a blind question for the next guest.
Okay. What was the biggest challenge that you overcome while working in the industry, wherever you worked in the industry, which direction? And what was the biggest fail that you had in your career?
Okay, I understand. The question is really, really fun, but I do this always. So I will reverse it to you. So I will first ask
Oh my
you,
God.
what was the biggest fail you ever did? By the way, that is my favorite question when I do the interviews of hiring. And I always love how people answer. And I have made my decisions just because of that question in sometimes when there are two really good candidates and I cannot choose one. So what was your biggest fail?
My biggest fail was my funniest fail. If I tell you the whole story, this podcast will never end. So I will be short. I almost signed a wrong brand ambassador in the company because both of their
The
names
names,
were
yes,
same.
that
And
would
with the
be.
committee that we were working with the contact person, we never told out loud his surname. So I was thinking about one person, it appeared in the end another person.
Oh my
Like
God.
12 hours before that person was
Was
planned
going
to
to
come
sign.
and visit our office, shake hands with our CEO. That was crazy. Like, we were all the team was laughing, and I was like, guys, stop everything. I didn't know we were signing another person. Oh my God.
Oh, that would be so fun. That would be so fun, but so frustrated at the same time. But that would be so fun, like signing a different person.
Yes, exactly. But I may say that was also my biggest fail to not to sign him, because after a year, he did very good job in his
Career.
direction of the sport, and he was one of the best in his field. So that's another fail.
So it was double fail, let's say like
Yes,
that. So,
double
but
trouble.
double trouble. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being like this honest with us. And thanks for sharing the numbers, because not many people do. And I think that transparency is also really important in our industry. And like, we are moving towards there and it's becoming more and more transparent. But thanks for setting the benchmark for every upcoming my guests. our guests. So that will be like a challenge for them after this, but it will be also a good part. So this was iGaming Accent, brought to you by SBC Russia. Don't forget to subscribe to us or my producer will kill me. So subscribe to us everywhere. We are on Spotify, we are on Apple Music, we are on YouTube. So subscribe wherever you watch us. Thanks for being here. And
Thank
cheer
you too.
for your endeavors and cheer for like be on the bright side of everything on the marketing and like cheer for the favorite team. Let's not forget that you need to leave the comment about that. Who will be your favorite team too?
100%, I promise.
Okay.
Thank
Bye
you
bye.
and have a best success in this podcast. Thank you very much for inviting.
Thanks again.